When I was first married, my husband is in computers. He always has been. He's in sales. And he'd come home and he'd say, I don't believe it. I blew it. Oh, my God. It went to the competitor. And he'd be working on $100,000, $200,000 deals. So this was like, effort for about 6 months of work. And I would really listen to what he was saying, and because I was such a good wife, I would then make suggestions. And I would say, well, maybe you could call, I don't think you really lost that. Maybe you could go back and tell him about this, or maybe you could do this. And I'd kind of help him through the situation. And then he'd look at me and he'd say, you know what, why don't you go into my office on Monday, because it sounds like you could do a much better job than I'll ever do. And I would look at him and say, I don't believe this. I have just spent an hour and a half intently listening to you. I'm offering you help and suggestions now, and you're getting annoyed at me. The heck with you. And we wouldn't talk. And I would just be fuming, saying, and I would also say to him, I said, do you know how many wives wouldn't even listen to this stuff and would be bored out of their minds? And so that's how our conversations went, not realizing that by the time he told me that he lost it or he blew the deal, he had gone over it in his mind probably 50 to 100 times of what he could have done, should have done, or ought to have done. And so by the time he got to me, the person that he loves more than anyone else in this world, he wanted me to be there for him just to share what he was feeling and for me to say, I'm so sorry. Now, again, this is a learned technique. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we're all born with this ability? Well, we're not. And it's a learned technique. People have done nothing but study 50 years on communication styles, techniques, what works, what doesn't work. And so I'm here to tell you that what he wanted to hear and what I do now is, I cannot believe it. I'm so sorry. You have worked for 6 months. You have put your heart and your soul into this, and now it goes to a competitor. I love you so much, and I feel so bad for you. Now, that would have felt complete. No answers. Now, no answer, no evaluation, no suggestions, nothing but being there and listening.